Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be trying a bunch of new products from the new R.E.M beauty brand by Ariana Grande. I actually stumbled across this brand when I went to Ulta the other day, so I went ahead and picked up a few items to try for you guys today. Honestly, I really haven't heard anybody talk about this brand. I know it was just launched at Ulta, so maybe that's why, but I really haven't seen many YouTubers talk about this brand. So today I wanted to go ahead and get on here and test these products for you. I do have an eyeshadow. I did purchase a highlighter. I purchased a few lipsticks. I also purchased some liquid eyeshadows, and I also purchased some cheek colors. So before we get started, if you're new here, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell so you'll know when I put out new content. So now let's just go ahead and get into applying the makeup. So for primer today, I am using the Sephora primer. This has been like a go-to primer for me since I purchased it, and I'm just gonna put that on my eyelids. I actually looked up her website. It's the REMbeauty.com website. It actually has a definition of REM, and it says the phase of sleep during which your most creative, limitless, and vivid dreams occur. I did not know that R.E.M. Beauty actually had their own website, but they do. But either way, I did get these products at Ulta. They are on her website as well. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with the eyeshadow. This is one of the eyeshadow palettes. I only picked up one palette because the other palettes, I don't know, I really wanted something a little different, and a lot of the other palettes were kind of like your typical like bronzy shades or rose shades or even smoky shades. So yeah, so I wanted to pick up something a little bit different. So here's the packaging of the eyeshadow palette. This one is called Go-Go Boots. Kind of has like a mini pyramid shape. You see that? A lot of the stuff seemed a little futuristic. I don't know if that's what she was going for, but it seems that she was, because when you look at her marketing style and her picture, it looks kind of like futuristic. This actually comes with a mirror, and here are the shades. The shades are really pretty. Very, very different. I'm not going to set this primer. It's already dried down. I'm gonna play around with this. I don't have a transition shade in this palette. I actually want to play around with this green and this lilac color. I think what I'm going to do is put the green on the inner corner. The green is really pretty. Like I said, I'm just putting it on the inner corner. It's more of like a minty green. So I'm just gonna do the other eye. You do have to build this shade up to get it to the intensity that you want. So I'm just kind of packing it on. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do with that shade. And then I'm gonna go in with that purple shade, the more lilac tone shade. And I'm just going to place this on the outer corner. I'm finding that I have to pack them on because they're not really super pigmented. Okay, so that's the purple shade right there, or the lilac shade. I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, kind of like a pearl shade. And I'm going to use the small brush, and I'm just going to highlight the inner corner. So that pearl shade has like, it's kind of like a duochrome. It has like a little bit of blue undertone. It's a lot different than what I expected it to be. I expected it to be like maybe like a pearly white shade. I think I'm gonna take this shade right here to kind of deepen it up, just on the corners, like right here. And like I said, I'm only putting it on the edge. If you heard noise, it's because my daughter is actually loading the dishwasher, and the kitchen's literally right there. This shade is not as pigmented as I'd like it to be. It's a pretty shade, but it's not super pigmented. Again, I'm having to pack on this shade. So I'm gonna go in with this brown, or kind of like a brown tone maroon shade. I'm using that same little brush, and I'm just gonna deepen up that corner a little bit more. I don't want to take away from that purple or that lilac shade. Now this shade's really pigmented. And then I'm gonna take a brush and kind of just blend the edges. Take a little bit more of that lilac shade. Just kind of press it. Add a little bit more color. I do want to try one of these liquid eyeshadows. I got 3 shades. I got Experiment, I got As If, and NVM, which is, I guess, Nevermind. I think Experiment's the one that I'm gonna use today. So that's Experiment. And this is the packaging. She has some really cute packaging. It kind of reminds me of Rare Beauty packaging a little bit. That is the wand. And I swatched these in store, and they are so gorgeous. I don't know how they'll wear throughout the day, but they're really beautiful. So that right there is Experiment, and I think that's the one I'm gonna use today. This one's Nevermind, and it's a little bit lighter. I think I liked Nevermind because I'd like to wear this all over the eyelid because it doesn't have any shimmer. It's very matte. That's Nevermind, or NVM. And then the last shade I got was another shade that I like to wear all over the lid. This is a matte shade as well. I think I only got one shimmer shade, and yeah, the rest are mattes, but this one is the shade As If. So yeah, that is the shade As If, that one right there. So yeah, I got the two matte shades just to do like an all over eyelid look. Today I'm definitely gonna go in with this one, which is Experiment. It's got a little bit of shimmer in it. I think it'll look really pretty. Even though I put that eyeshadow on, I still want to try these because I just feel like I want to add a little bit of something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit more in the back of my hand. I don't want to necessarily go in directly with the wand. So I'm just putting a little bit on the back of my hand. Then I'm just going to take a brush and I'm going to run my brush on top of the color. And then I'm just going to pat that just on top of that lilac, which honestly looks really beautiful on top of the lilac. I think it's mixing really well with that shade. Oh wow, that Experiment shade is beautiful. I don't know if you guys can tell. Let me pull you in a little bit closer. Okay, you see that? That is the shade Experiment. And it's blending onto the eyelid really well. It's not like creasing or anything. It looks really nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows. I am going to do some foundation, some concealer, set it all, and then come back and then we'll do cheeks and lips. What else do we do? And highlight. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I did pick up a Plumping Lip Gloss. This one's in the shade Waterfalls. I am gonna put some on because I do wanna see how it feels on the lips. So here's the packaging, really cute packaging. This is more of like a squeezy tube type packaging. It doesn't have like a wand or anything in it. So I'm just gonna squeeze a little bit out. It is very thick. It feels really thick on the lips. All right, so I'm gonna let this sit on the lips, see what it does, see if it makes my lips feel nourished, see if it plumps them up a little bit, but I will say it feels very thick on the lips. I have 3 cheek colors, and there was one that I really wanted, but none of the Ultas had them, and it was sold out online. So I ended up getting these 3. I ended up picking up Front Row Center. This one's called Leading Lady, and then this one here is called Called Back. So Called Back is more of a fuchsia type shade. Leading Lady is going to be like your orange, and then Front Row Center is actually going to be more of like, I think, a neutral. So here is the packaging for the blush. Now this could be used on your lips or your cheeks. I'm going to use it on my cheeks today, but that is it right there. That is called Front Row Center. Really pretty neutral tone. This one's called Callback. This is more of like a kind of a fuchsia shade, maybe more like a berry shade. So this one's the one that caught my eye, and this is Leading Lady. Really beautiful, like bright orange shade. I swatched these in store. I don't know how they're gonna wear on the cheeks. So I'm gonna go in with the neutral one because my eyes are really bright. So I do wanna go in with the neutral tone. I'm gonna show you guys a swatch. Kind of like a terracotta brown, but it is matte. I don't see any glitter in it. There's a little sheen to it. So it's not super matte because there is a little sheen to it. I'm gonna use a sponge, and I'm just going to swipe the sponge onto the product. I just press it on the back of my hand to get some of the excess off, and then I'm just going to press it onto the cheeks, and I'm going in really gently because I don't want to move the foundation around. That's pretty. Wow, that's really pretty. Okay, I don't think that it moved any of my foundation around. It looks really pretty on the skin. It does have, like I said, a slight sheen, but not anything too glowy. It still looks kind of like maybe semi-matte, but really, really pretty on the cheeks. Let me go ahead and do this side. All right, that is very, very pretty. I love that shade. I think that's a beautiful, like neutral tone shade. I kind of want to go in with Callback. I think I am going to go in with Callback. I wanted to use this shade, but it's like super orange. I'm going to show you guys a swatch. It is super bright, but gorgeous. And that one is the one that caught my eye. That is actually Leading Lady. I'm going to grab Callback. So that's this one, and I'm just going to take a clean side of my sponge and do the same thing that I did with the other one. Wow, this one's really pigmented. And then I'm just going to place that on the front of my cheeks so you guys can see the shade. Oh yeah, that is gorgeous. Now I really want that other shade that I wanted that day. I think it's an evening out or night out. I can't remember. I love the fact that this is not at all removing any of my foundation. I love that. And I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose, just a tad bit, not too much. So far so good with this blush. I think it's really beautiful. Now what I'm gonna do is go in with the highlighter. This one is actually Miss Saturn. There was so many different shades of highlight. She had like purple and blue and green, and I was like, oh no, those are not for me. I will stick with something that's a little bit more neutral. So I ended up getting this one, Miss Saturn, but the packaging's really cute. You see that? Here is the highlighter. So I'm not sure how the highlighter is gonna look on the skin. It did swatch beautifully in store. Now I will say the packaging is a little bit, like it feels a little bit cheap. It's not heavy, it's very, very light. I do know that these products are paraben free, cruelty free, and they're vegan. So let me go ahead and put some of this on my cheeks. This one's like a peachy shade. It's going on beautifully, but I don't know about the shade. I'm not sure. I think it might look really nice, like when my skin is very bronzed and tanned, I think it would look really pretty. So that's the shade right there. It did blend in beautifully with my skin and my foundation. So the last products that I purchased were lipsticks, and I'm really excited about these because these shades are gorgeous. I ended up getting 3. I have this one, which is Drive-In Movie. I also bought Bubbly. The last one here is Roller Skates. So I will swatch all of these for you so you can see the shades. The look of it is really cute. It's got this little globe type window, which looks kind of like an astronaut's what is it, helmet. It's magnetic as well, so that's a cool thing because you won't ever lose the top. So this is the shade, and it's really pretty. This one looks light, but it's not very light. So that's Roller Skates right there. So I told you it looks light, but it's not light at all. It's a very like deep peach. This one's called Bubbly. This one's a little bit more like a muted, more of like a muted peach, but it kind of looks similar to Roller Skates, just a little bit lighter. That one right there is Bubbly. So this one's a little bit darker. This is called Drive-In Movie. This one right here is Drive-In Movie. So those are your 3 shades. All of them are really pretty. To be honest, I thought that they were gonna be a little bit lighter because they look so light in the packaging, but I think we're gonna go ahead and try the first one that I opened up, which was Roller Skates. So the Lip Plumping Lip Gloss, it's not very glossy. It really didn't do much for me. I can still feel it on my lip. It feels too thick. Even when I take it off, my lips feel a little sticky. Okay, I'm just gonna go in with a lip liner that I have here. This is called Versatile Chestnut. It's by Makeup Forever. I'm just gonna put a little bit on my lips. I'm not gonna line them too dark. So we're gonna go in with Bubbly. Okay. Wow. This feels nice. The scent of it is like the MAC lipsticks, kinda. MAC is just a little bit stronger, but it does smell like vanilla. That is really pretty. This one here is like a matte shade, but it's really comfortable on the lips. It feels really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and use this shade right here. I accidentally stuck my fingernail in there, guys, and I ruined it. But I'm gonna go into this shade right here, and I'm gonna put it on my lower lash line. I'm going with a little bit of this shade right here, kind of like taupey shade, and just go right underneath that one. So now I'm gonna take some of this NYX powder. I'm gonna tone down the cheeks a little bit. Okay guys, so now I want to go over these products. I will say that I really love the look that I created today. I think it looks like really springy, very summery, you know, just really like, I don't know, I just love it. I love the lime green in the middle and then the purple on the outside. I think everything just blended well on the eyes. I will say that these lighter shadows you have to kind of pack on. They're not so super pigmented that when you do one swipe there's lots of color, so you really do have to pack on these shadows. I think next time what I want to do is use maybe like a base, like a little bit lighter shade, like maybe my Profusion, the white eye primer. I think that one would just make these shadows like really pop. So yeah, I do love this. It looks really soft. I think the eyes really stand out and they look beautiful. So yeah, let me show you the palette again. Again, these are some outstanding, beautiful shadows. Very creamy, very easy to apply. It just takes a matter of packing on the lighter shades. If you want to do like a lighter look with these, I would say about 2 or 3 applications of those lighter shades. So for the lip plumper, I felt like this lip plumper was just too thick and it didn't do much for my lips. It didn't feel like they were nourishing. They didn't feel hydrated with this on. If you're trying to get a good lip plumper, I would try something like the Buxom lip plumper or even some of the new ones by Lawless. They actually came out with a mini Lawless lip plumper, or even the Patrick Ta. I would try those before you actually try this because, like I said, this was really thick and just not... it just didn't feel hydrating on the lips. So for the highlighter, I do like the highlighter. It has a really beautiful sheen to it. I will say that this shade is probably not what I thought it was gonna be, but it's still a gorgeous shade because it has kind of like a peach undertone, really beautiful, like kind of gold look to it. It's just a gorgeous highlighter and it went on so smooth, guys. It looks like it melted into the skin. It looks very nice and soft and subtle. Now, like I said, she did have like tons of colors in this highlighter, but I would not wear those. I'm too old to wear those. But for the younger people, if you want to get a highlighter, I think that this is a great formula. I think it's going to look gorgeous. Like I said, it's very subtle. It has a beautiful sheen, a beautiful glow. So yeah, I really enjoyed this highlighter. So for the lipsticks, I am in love with the packaging. I think it's super cute. I love the fact that it's also magnetic and I do love these shades. Like I said, they really did not seem dark in the packaging. They look very light. But then when I put this one on my lips, it is light. It's like a light peach. It's very soft and very comfortable on the lips. They kind of remind me of the Milani lipsticks, the new ones. I can't remember the name of them, but I'll put them here. But they're like a soft matte. That's what they remind me of. And I love those lipsticks. So this is like right up my alley because I do love like the softness of these, the way they sit on the lips. They're just very comfortable. They don't look patchy either, especially this being a lighter shade. It doesn't look patchy at all. I'm gonna try the darker one on. I'm gonna take a little bit of this off because I just wanna see what that looks like on my lips. So here it is. Yeah, these totally remind me of the Milani lipsticks. Oh, that's a pretty shade. Okay, I really like this shade. I don't necessarily like it with this eye look, but I do love the shade. It's beautiful. This one's actually Drive-In Movie, but it's a really pretty, like, kind of like mid-tone pink. And since I'm on a roll, I'm gonna go ahead and try the other one on. The one I'm gonna try on now is called Roller Skates. Okay, yeah, I'm liking roller skates too. So I like every shade that I got. I think they're really beautiful lipsticks. Like I said, they wear really comfortably. So let's go ahead and move on to the next item. And the next item is definitely the cheek colors. Wow, I'm super impressed with this cheek color. I think it looks so beautiful on the skin and it didn't pull any of my foundation. It didn't like wear my foundation down. It just looks really pretty. I love every shade that I got. They're so gorgeous. I'm definitely gonna try to get the one, I think it's called an Evening Out, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna get that one because I just love them. I love the way they look on the cheeks. They're like a semi-matte. They're not like super matte. They're not flat. They have just a slight sheen to them. I just think they look really pretty. The last item I want to talk about are the cream eyeshadows or the liquid eyeshadows. You guys, you see how pretty that is? You see how well that went on? It has not creased. It doesn't look drying. It looks gorgeous. I am super impressed with this. I am totally into liquid and cream shadows right now. And I think this is just going to be like a plus to my collection. I just think they're beautiful. Really beautiful. So I cannot wait to try the matte ones to do like an all over eye look. So yeah, I'm super impressed with these, guys. I really enjoyed everything that I got from her except for the lip plumping gloss. That's the only thing I did not like. Now, I did not pick up her, I think, liners, mascara, her lip tints. I didn't pick any of that up because that's stuff that I really don't wear. So I just picked up stuff that I knew that I would wear on a constant basis. Yeah, I'm loving everything that I tried today, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I would love to have you here. Take care, and we will see you guys on the next one. Bye.